Hi guys, in this video I am going to show you why Spring Security Oauth 2. Nowadays social media applications are trending and everyone maintaining accounts in multiple social media applications. So let me explain Gmail. Gmail plays a vital role in mobile phone. For example, whatever the contacts I am saving in my mobile phone, those contact information will store in my Gmail ID only. And whenever if I want to download any software from the Play Store, so that time also I required a Gmail account. Second, we have Facebook. Facebook plays important role in our daily life. Why? Because with the help of Facebook, we can collect the information all over the world. Third, we have LinkedIn. You know, thousands of people are getting job every month because of LinkedIn. Assume that I am a student, so definitely I will create an account in Gmail, Facebook, LinkedIn. If I have an account in Gmail, Facebook, LinkedIn, it means I have 3 usernames and 3 passwords. Now what happened, one day I said to one of my trainer, I want to improve my logical thinking. I want to improve my technical skills. Can you suggest any website? So my trainer said to me, why don't you go to Geeks for Geeks, and using this you can improve your logical thinking. Then I said to my trainer, I want to, practice every day in interview panel. I want to be ready for interviews. Can you suggest any website? So my trainer said, why don't you go to Hacker Rank? Then I said to my trainer, I want to, create my own photos, my own designs in the photos for my website design. So can you suggest any website? Then my trainer said, why don't you go to Canva? So my trainer gave me 3 different websites for me for practical purpose. Do you think can we use these websites directly? No, it's not possible. So what is the problem? The problem is we need to go for registration. After registration, I need to do login. So when I do registration, I will get one username and password. So already I'm maintaining 3 usernames and passwords. Again, I need to maintain one more username and password. And remember, whatever the websites we are using, that is for temporary purpose. Hacker Rank, Canva. So I don't want to create any username and password for that. That is the reason we got one solution. That solution is nothing but Oauth2. What Oauth2 says, see, this is geeksforgeeks.com website. So what you need to do here, you need to go to sign up. So when you do sign up, you will get one username and password. But as I told you, I am using this website only for temporary purpose. So Oauth says you don't need to go to the sign up, because your credentials are there with Facebook, your credentials are there with Google, your credentials are there with LinkedIn. So you don't need to go to sign up. Just do one thing, you just click on continue with Google, continue with Facebook, and continue with LinkedIn. So not only this one, you can see we have a Hacker Rank also. It is asking for sign up, and if you don't want to do sign up, you can do continue with Facebook, continue with Google, continue with LinkedIn. So not only these 2 websites, if you see any client application, or you can say consumer application, because whatever the applications I am showing to you, these are known as client applications, or you can say consumer applications. So everyone is implementing such concept here. You can see continue with Google, continue with Facebook, like this. So why they are implementing this concept? Because they know, sir, end user will hesitate to do registration for these websites for temporary usage. So that is the reason they have implemented such features here. And this feature we can implement with the help of Spring Security Oauth 2. Let's start a practical implementation. But before we go to the implementation, I want to show you what type of application I am going to develop and how it is working. So I will create one application, Spring Oauth Google. This is my Spring Boot application. So that application is also known as consumer application or client application. Whenever I run this application, I will be getting one login or sign in, means you will be getting continue with Google or continue with Facebook, like this option. But currently I am only working for Google. Then once if I click on that, it will ask for what here, which account you want to continue, because I have two mail IDs, so it will ask for which account you want to continue. So once if I select any one of the account, then it will ask for what here, authentication, means I need to enter the password. So when it will come, if your password is already not entered, means if you already not log into that ID, then it will ask for this password. Then after that it will ask for verification. Once verification is done, then I can see the output of consumer application. So let's start with practical implementation now. Now you can see Spring Boot project structure for Oauth 2. So you can see this is my project name, Spring Auth Google, and inside Java folder I need to create a controller package and config package. And inside controller I will create a home controller.java. In config package I will create security config.java. So this is my project structure. Even you can see here we have a resources folder. In the resources folder we need to create a application.yaml file. So let's start step by step now. So what is my first step? I want to create a Spring Boot project, and remember this is my project name. And inside this project we need to add two dependencies. One is Spring Web and second one is Oauth2 client. So what I will do, this is my Spring tool suite. You can see this is my Spring tool suite. You can click on create new Spring starter project. Then here I need to give my Spring Boot application name, and I want to use Maven dependency, means I want to create a Maven project, and here I am using Java 8 version, and my group is nothing but com.sourceCodePlatform.www, and here also I want to use com.sourceCodePlatform.www, and demo project for Spring Boot Oauth 2. So this is what, and then I need to click on next. As I told you, here we need to add two dependency and see the Spring Boot version 3.0.1. Here we need to take Spring Web. So we need to take first one as what here, Spring Web. Second one, what we need to do, we need to take a Oauth2 client. We need to take Oauth2 client. Then we need to click on next. Then we need to click on finish. So like this your project will be created. Now you can see your Spring Boot project is created. Now you just expand and go to the Java, and inside this Java I want to create one controller package. So remember, when you are creating a controller package, so base package must be same. Base means com.scp.www. Then we should write controller. So even inside this controller I want to create a home controller class. I want to create a home controller, C capital, home controller. So likewise what I want to do now, I want to go for one more package. Right click, new. I want to go for package com.scp.www.config package. And inside this config package, right click new class. Here we need to write a security config. Finish. You can take any name, but I am taking as it is for security purpose. So that's why I am taking security config. And you can see these fonts are coming very small. We can increase the font size. We need to go to window, preferences. We can go to general, appearance, colors and fonts, basics, and you just scroll down and you can see text font. So once if you double click on text font, then you can say 18th bold, then I can say OK, apply and close. So you just double click, it will become maximize. So what we need to do next? Next, because it's a controller, so we need to annotate this class with @rest controller, guys. We need to take a rest controller. Yes, we created, it's a controller. So what I need is, I want to create one method here, public string home, and this method we need to annotate with get mapping. So here I will write slash, and this method returns, I love Spring Security. Just one simple message I wrote. After this, what we can do is, we need to render each request to Oauth2. For that is the reason we have taken security config class. So this class we need to annotate it with a configuration annotation. Inside this class, we need to take one filter chain method, which is taking HTTP security as a parameter, Control-Shift-O, and which return type is security filter chain. Remember from Spring 5.x, we need to take this method. Then what we need to do, we need to use HTTP dot authorized. Here we need to take authorize HTTP request. So all the request, what I will do of any request which comes to the application, let them authenticate and it has to go to Oauth2 login, guys. And what we should do for security filter chain here is, we need to do return http dot build, and this method we need to annotate with @bean. So now our security config class is ready. Now we need to go to resources folder, and here you can see properties file, but I need YAML file, so right click, we need to do refactor. So what I can do here, we can say application.yaml file. So let's open that YAML file. Here I want to do some properties copy paste here, you can see. So I am telling my server should run with this port number 9191, and I'm using Spring Security Oauth2 client registration for Google. Okay, I'm just showing an application for Google only. But for this application, we required a client ID and client secret. We need to map the client ID and client secret. So now we will see how to get this client ID and client secret. Now what we need to do, we need to copy this Google API dashboard, and we need to go to the browser and we need to paste on the top. So now you can see here, this is our Google API dashboard. So what we need to do after this, you need to go to create a new project. You can see here I need to create a project now. So what I will do now, I will create a new project. And what is my project name? I can give my project name anything. For example, Oauth training. This is my project name. I don't want to add any organization, it is optional. Then I want to do what here? Create. So now what we need to do after this, you need to wait, it is creating. From here, see here, this page will come. Now you will get one message that project is created. So now we are into Oauth project. So now what we need to do, we need to click on enable APIs and services. Click on enable APIs and services. So here what we need to do, here we need to type Gmail API because we are working with Gmail. So you need to type Gmail API and then you need to search. So you need to click on Gmail API. So what we need to do, we need to click on enable. Now what we need to do, now you can see the right side, you can find a create credentials. So click on create credentials. It will ask select an API. We are using Gmail API only, keep as it is. And we are getting the user data. So just click on user data. Then you need to click on next. So then it will ask for what your application name. You can give any application name. I'm giving a Spring training something. Even if you want to give any mail ID, you can give mail ID for your support. Logo is not required. For here also you can pass your mail ID and then we can do save and continue. So this is nothing but consent screen is also done. Then we have a scope is optional. You don't need to do anything, just you click on save and continue, and after that you can find a client ID. Here we need to give application name, so I am giving web application and remaining I am keeping as it is, web client 1 I am keeping. And here we need to add my URI. In my Spring Boot my project is running under 9191. So what I will do, here I will type http://localhost:9191. This is the URL we need to give, and copy this. Again you comes to authorize redirect URIs. Here what we need to do, here we need to pass the same http://localhost:9191/login. So where I want to send to Oauth2/code/Google. This is what we need to do. We need to give, and then we need to go for create. So now everything is over. Credential type is finished. Auth consent screen is done. Scope is optional. We created Oauth client ID, your credentials. So now you need to click on download. So download you need to do. The last we can say what here done. So now you can see here what I will do. You can go to the credentials. In this credentials we have what you can click on this edit Oauth client. If you click, you will be getting one client ID. Remember, I will disable this API later. You cannot use it. Otherwise, I will destroy this. So I will use client ID here. Now we need client secret also. We can take client secret, copy. Then I need to paste here, save. Now I pass my client ID and client secret. Now we need to run this project. Right click, run as Spring Boot application. So you need to wait here, and now you can see here a Spring Boot started. So now you can see our Spring Boot application running on 9191 port number. Now we need to test our application by using a request to URL. We need to type http://localhost:9191. So whenever you enter this, because I have two mail IDs, so you need to choose any one mail ID. So you can take any one. For example, I will take this one. You can take any one. So as I told you, it is not login, so it is asking for authentication. So here I will give my password. So once now you can see I am getting the output, I love Spring security. So this is how we can use Oauth2. Thank you guys.